lovely morning at Turtle Island. I'm Tapio Eugene, and this is my co-host, Stacy Fredrickson.
Hello.
Our top story today, flood devastates Native American reservation. On the scene is our weather correspondent, Ace Craig. How's it going down there, Ace?
Thanks, Tapio. I'm here live at the scene of the flash flood at the Indian Reservation Little No Horse. There are currently no data on the death toll, but emergency responders are currently on the scene searching for survivors.
Thank you, Ace, for that brave and great reporting. Stay safe in that weather. One of our stories tonight comes from Wellpit, Washington, and this is a lighthearted one. Arnold Spirit II, or most known as Junior, has just received a basketball scholarship at Gonzaga University. Over to Adoka with sports for more.
Thank you, Stacy, for that news. I am here at Riordan High, where we just got news that Junior is a Gonzaga commit, and he also held another top prospect, Rowdy, to only 4 points in their game. Riordan also won the game by 42 points with great defense held by Junior. We'll later get into some interviews held by both of those men, contributing on what they did to the game, win or losing.
Wow, Tapio, isn't that story just really warms your heart?
Truly does.
In other news, the leader of a group of fugitives on the run from the FBI, believed to cause political unrest in Boston, have been found and brought into federal custody in Berkeley, California, of all places. Apparently, the leader of the group was turned in by their own lover. You really can't trust no one out on the streets, can you, Tapio?
Really can't.
I hear we have another weather report, so over to Ace Craig for some insight.
In today's weather forecast, there's a warm front coming down from the southeast that is sweeping north towards New York and the northeast area of the United States. It is going to be unseasonably warm for Christmas time in New York City, while in further west in Ohio, it is going to be even warmer, and it's going to make for perfect time at the lake this weekend.
Sounds like a great day at the lake, doesn't it, Tapio?
Truly enjoyable.
In other news, a months-long investigation of a mysterious drowning of one Lydia Lee has come to close in Middlewood, Ohio. Her neighbor Jack has been cleared as the prime suspect, and the death has been ruled an accidental suicide, as Lydia was attempting to swim back to shore from a rowboat in the middle of the lake. Thoughts and prayers are out to the Lee family as they try to navigate this tough time in their lives.
Thoughts and prayers go out to him. In other law enforcement news, Prince Jones, a local fitness guru and personal trainer, was shot and killed by police today. This is the 13th incident of police brutality that ended in a death of an unarmed black man. Now to Odoko with some slightly more uplifting sports news.
Okay, so I'm here with Junior. We're here at Riordan, and we're gonna give him a little pep talk and interview and see how he's feeling. So how do you feel after tonight's game?
I'm really excited about the win going into the postseason. I was really anticipating this game, fearing for the other top prospect, Rowdy. I knew he's going to play a strong game, and I knew I had to come out tonight and show what I'm made of.
So holding Rowdy to 4 points, knowing he's a teen scorer, low 20s every game, how does that make you feel?
Obviously, I'm really happy about my performance and the team performance overall. I knew that going into the game, the D would have to stay strong and hard throughout the entire night, and I believe that we did that to a good amount.
So coming from Wellpit to Riordan and having to play them again, how does that really make you feel?
Obviously, I knew all the guys on the team, so I knew how they could perform. I knew that they are really good, and when they're performing at their best, I was hoping that they were not on their best tonight, but they played a really good game. And shouts out to the star player Rowdy for how good of a game he played, and I hope to see him go far in the future.
So I just talked to Junior, and he said that you had a pretty good game. Dropping 4 points, getting blown out by 42. Not that there's your feelings or anything, but how does that make you feel?
Well, obviously it's a tough game. I mean, we go out there, we put our heart and soul into the team, and it just really stinks when it doesn't go your way.
So playing with someone like Junior at your old school and then seeing him excel at Riordan, how does that make you feel knowing someone left your old school, having their traditions, having their values, coming here and having a whole new custom to the game? How does that make you feel, him as a player or him as a person?
Well, I got nothing but love for Junior, although I don't know if I'd say he had a great game, no points. But, I mean, hey, best of luck to him. I hear he's going to Gonzaga.
And so seeing Junior committed somewhere else, you being a top prospect, what are your thoughts, what are your ideas for your next up?
Well, I'd like to take this opportunity to announce my full commitment
Oh,
to the Xavier University.
are you serious?
Go Muskies.
It's Pawainas Samasi.
That's all the news we have today. We'll keep you updated on that flood as information comes into us. But for now, that's all we have. Stay golden, Pony Boy.
Yeah, so the reasons I chose to talk about Caucasian and everything I never told you is they were my favorite books we read during the class, and the important social issues dealt with in the books. For Caucasian, it dealt with racial passing and social unrest, which is extremely important issues that need to be addressed and talked about more. While the FBI arrests and other parts of the book are fictional, the issues are very real. For everything I never told you, I wanted to talk about the book because the issues that first-generation households within the U.S. have to deal with and the treatment they've seen.
For mine, I talked about Between the World and Me, and I talked about the death of Prince Jones, which is a real death in real society, and Ta-Nehisi Coates actually visited his funeral and wrote the book Between the World and Me after it. And it talks about the prevalent social issue that is currently taking place in our normal society, with police brutality ending up in killing of unarmed black men.
So I did the Absolute Diary of a Part-Time Indian, and I chose the basketball scene just as we all thought it was a turning point in where Junior starts to reflect his feelings on leaving the reservation and seeing what he did and how he impacted the people back on the reservation, making them feel emotionally, mentally, and physically during the game, after the game, knowing the outcome that Rowdy would get with how he performed with his parents, and seeing how that reflected him as a person, kind of started to change his views after the story and after the game. So that's why I chose that as like a big turning point in the story.
I chose to talk about the last report of the miracles of Little No Horse, mainly the flood scene, because I thought it was a very prevalent part in the story. It impacted the community so deeply, and it also impacted Agnes and started her transition into identifying as Father Damien rather than Agnes.